Josh. I'm singing Fangs, the semi-professional punk rock uh, outfit from, New South Wales, Sydney.
There you go, brother. Just putting a few tickets on yourself, calling yourself semi-professional.
Yeah, gotta rep it.
Yeah, you got to blow your own horn every now and then. So we got a couple of things to get
Absolutely.
through, bro. But we'll start off with today. You actually released the video for the song "Same Old Story," which came out about last week, mate. So how's the early reception been for that track?
Yeah, really good, man. It's like I think for that song it kind of like has a nostalgia thing for me where it's like when we were writing that song I was like I want to write a song like an American Pie-esque kind of like house parties and like that was the song for me. So I was kind of like when it came out I was just like this is exactly everything that you know at the end of it, it's exactly the way that we wanted it to turn out, which was sick.
Yeah. Speaking of nostalgia, the video clip features shots of you performing in different venues. Is that right?
Yeah, absolutely. So it's been kind of like I think over the last uh you know year or so and and it's been like all of the best parts of like all of Fang shows. So Fiddler and He is Legend and all these really wicked kind of shows that we got the opportunity to do. So we kind of incorporated all those bits from within that. And it's like I watch that video and I'm like, this is so sick. Like I love it.
And the press release calls it a tip of the hat to skate infused punk rock, but I think they're cutting you a bit short, bro. Like that song epitomizes skate infused punk rock. It's not fucking a tip of the hat to it at all.
And that's why you gotta wear your thrashers, baby. Oh,
Represent, brother.
yeah. I mean, it's all like it's one of those things where it's like let's you know, I mean, I think this will go into like something else, but like for us, um we never really have like that sound that we're like we need to do like a song like one for you, one for me, or something like that. We're always just on the fly, and we're kind of like Jamil and Sam and Woody, they're always jamming and riffing. And so, like, something may be really punk, something may be metal, something might be country, something might be this, that. So it's like with those songs, it's like, you know, Fangs is a party punk band, and that's what we wanted. Like, that's just like when I think about that, I think about skating and drinking some beers and having fun, and that's the whole gimmick, I guess. Like, like well, it's not a gimmick, but like that's the whole thing that we love doing. We're five mates that just love hanging out and, you know, doing those kind of things.
Yeah. That song follows on from the single Wasting Time and the B-side Nothing to Lose, mate. So are they standalone tracks or are they part of a bigger picture or new album cycle?
What do you think?
I reckon you got something new coming out, brother.
You
Because you
think?
don't seem like the type of guy who'd be able to record one song at a time and put them out. Like you'd get a couple down at once.
How about 11 of them?
Yeah, you got a whole album then.
Well, I mean, I don't know if I'm supposed to say, but I mean, I may as well say it, and you get an exclusive there. So yeah, we'll be putting out an album.
Yeah, sweet. Then what's
I
it
got a
get?
we still got a bunch of songs sitting, and we went down to Melbourne and recorded with our mate from Loser, and it was really awesome. And we've been sitting on it for a long time, and now that to see these songs finally coming out is really exciting because it's refreshing, it's awesome, and we're really stoked about it. Yeah.
So cool. Then it is same old story and wasting time a represent or a good representation of what we're going to expect from it, or is there a bit more in there?
I think there's a few more that have a bit more variation, but there's heavy, there's some topics that are more serious, but there's also that Fangs esque style where it's like we'll take a certain topic and spin it so it's kind of a positive message. So like in those different songs. There's a lot of variety, but there's still like that there's a flow to the album, I guess I could say.
Yeah. And is it pushing the friendship too much to ask if it'll be out this year or not?
I'm not sure if it will. We're still going through that. We'll definitely probably actually we will put out another single, I think, this year. I'm not entirely sure about the album, but we're pushing for the year's almost over. I don't know where it's gone. So it's like, to pack it all into these bits and um trying to stay, have that momentum, keep going and stuff. So I'm not really entirely sure about the release day of the full thing, but I know we'll have another single out, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Um, yeah.
Sweet. And how would you say that the sound of things has changed or grown, I guess, from your debut EP you took for nothing in 2019 to this new music right now?
I think it all comes down to like friendship and how much you like how you get to know the members in your band, and their certain styles and personalities, and we all have such a similar style, but every single person is very unique to something that they bring to Fangs. So like, and we're always changing, each of us. So it's like, yeah, like I think if I were to say from the first EP till now, it's always evolving, and we're always changing together and adapting to like, what we think is cool or what we like. And if at the end of the day, we're just a bunch of dudes that we love to create a certain style, or it could be anything. It's like it could be a funny like just a jam, and somehow it'll just turn into something that we're like, that's sick, actually. So it's always just on the feel, like we're really together when it comes to writing, and the ideas just go crazy, and someone will play like a beat on like the side of a piano or something and be like, that's sick, let's write a song. You know what I mean? Like, so there's always creative juices flowing, because like the other guys, they're so inspirational in certain aspects of what they do, and everyone has something that they could bring. So it's like it's always going to be changing. I don't think it'll ever stop changing, to be fair. Like, if you ask me in 5 years, you're like, you remember that time you wrote like a Metallica album? It's like, I don't know.
Did
Maybe maybe
I?
we did, Remember that time we wrote a country album like everyone else or whatever? But yeah, yeah. We just keep
Now, you've also announced a rather ambitious 24-hour East Coast tour on August 31st, which is this Saturday. Starts at the Cherry Bar in Melbourne at 1 a.m., heads to Sydney for a 1 p.m. start at Bootleggers, then you're off to Brisbane to start at 10:30 p.m. at Greaser. Like, what the fuck, bro? Like, is that even possible?
well. What do you think, Chris?
Well, I think you're going to make it possible, but what would possess you to decide to try and do something like that is what I want to know.
I mean, what would possess us to not try and do that, though? If you know us by now,
Yeah,
like
I do, but
we're
that's not the sort of thing. You have that conversation when you're pissed one night, and the next morning you wake up and you go, I can't believe we fucking thought we were going to do that. But you guys are doing it.
I mean, I'd put more in if I could. I don't think it's that unreasonable. The only thing obviously is like flights, and we're on a tight schedule and stuff. So like as long as everything goes according to plan, um it should be sweet. And like we're really stoked. I think it's a pretty insane idea, but I don't really know anyone else who's done it.
No, haven't heard of it before, mate. That's why I asked. It's just, it's a fantastic effort, mate, and I'm fucking kudos to you for doing it, but I'm fucked if I'd be trying it.
I mean, you gotta go for it, right?
So
I
you're not
think,
flying Jetstar. They tell me you're not flying Jetstar because it's doomed to failure before you start if you are.
nah, we're going Virgin. Virgin all the way.
Smart call. So there's so many things that could go wrong with an idea like that, mate. Like, What's your biggest concern? What's the one that you're like, fuck, I hope this doesn't happen?
Um, Concerns, I'm not really worried about it. I'm obviously, uh, I guess there's like, what if we check a luggage and a guitar or something doesn't show up? So there's always like those minor concerns, but like for the most part, um, we're gonna go into it with an open mind and just see what happens. And I think it's gonna be awesome. And we got a really like the other day we got a really awesome shout from um, Josh on Triple J, and he was just like, I think it's insane that these boys are doing it, and I don't think anyone else has done it. So kudos to them. And I think it's a really bold move. And you know, I I I hope for the FANGZ team over here that everything goes to plan, and I'm really excited, and I think it's a challenge that you know there's out throughout the years with FANGZ. I don't think there's anything that we wouldn't do. Do you know what I mean? Like we've done some crazy, crazy stuff, and we'll keep pushing, and we're not the type of band that's just gonna hold back.
Um, what's I going to say? So yeah, you're gonna be up for a beer after the Brisbane show, or are you going straight home to bed?
Well, are you gonna come out to the Brizzy show?
Oh, well, I've got another festival to go to first, but I'll stay sober and I'll drive in and catch up with you straight after.
Well, if we have a beer together, then absolutely.
You're a good man, mate. You're a good man. So, your next show is Froth and Fury in Adelaide on November the 9th, mate. With you got Beer Factory, Die Hard, Northlane. Like, what a fucking lineup, mate, for an Australian show that's in Adelaide.
Amazing. You know what's funny? We've been to Adelaide like three times. Well, that'll be the third. Well, that'll be my fourth time this year in Adelaide, and I'd never been there before because I did the Tony Hawk's Pro Skater gig with those boys in Adelaide as well, which is super strange. But I love Adelaide. I think it's great there. There's a cool um, there's a cool music scene, and I'm really excited. And to be privileged to play with all those amazing bands, especially the Australian like heavyweights, North Lane. I love North Lane. And
Yeah.
there's so many awesome artists that we're very, very lucky to have even been asked to play. I'm stoked.
Fuck yeah. Now, before you go, mate, I got something else for you that I didn't tell you about. It's a bit of a surprise. So,
Uh-oh.
I've started doing a thing at the end of interviews called photo bombs. So, I've gone back through the photos from history and dug a few up, and I want you to explain them to me.
Okay,
All
sick.
right. So, I found a. Where do I start? All right, we'll start with this one. What are you fucking sleeping?
I think I'm just planking. You remember that like that thing that people were doing, 10 years ago that would
Oh, the
just
planking bullshit.
yeah, yeah.
You do it halfway through a song.
I think I just like I don't know. I'm always doing it's my ADHD, man. I don't know where my brain goes someday, but I think that was me but like
Was that during a gig or a
or
practice?
maybe or maybe I am just taking a nap. I don't know.
All right, this next one's a two-part one, but the first one
Yeah.
is this one. What the fuck is going on?
So we did a music video for the Blink 182, What's My Age Again?
Yeah,
So we ran through Merrickville like naked and did a video of that video, and that's the walk, I guess.
that's the walk.
That's the Beatles right there. Woo!
Part two to this is how the fuck did you get Emmy involved?
Oh, Emmy's a good mate. She's a legend. We just asked her, we're like, we're doing the What's My Age Again? Um, Blink 182 thing. You want to be the nurse? And she's like, yeah, dude, absolutely.
She looks like she's pretty focused on looking up, not down
Yeah.
at the moment.
Yeah, she's rad.
Yeah, she's a good
And
girl,
like,
isn't
oh, their cover and their Triple J thing the other day was amazing.
Very sweet. All right, brother. Well, that's all I got for you, Joshua. The single is out now. The album's out probably next year. Got another single to come. You're doing your 24-hour East Coast tour this weekend. Where can people get tickets if they want to come down and catch you?
Best thing about it, it's all free. So just come and
Free.
show up.
Fuck me
Everything's
right.
free.
All right. Well, I'll pay for the first beer. How's that sound?
Love it.
Told me to slow down, maybe we can chase it.